Teddy Feinberg, Brook Stockburger, Teddy and Brook show. We're talking local sports as always every single week. We are going to start off by talking Aggie spring football. Brook, it's an interesting team this year. We talked last week about some of the questions. One observation I've made in the last few practices that I think their offensive line is actually going to be fairly steady, which is somewhat ironic because, again, the team has some question marks, but that's a critical spot.
Yeah, especially with quarterback being so up in the air right now,
yeah.
And with all those freshmen coming in and haven't even got a chance to practice here in the spring. Offensive line is a little bit of a solid mark for them. We've talked before about the team. There's a lot of question marks. Defense has a lot of young guys, not a lot of starters back. So that's good to have that foundation up front. Maybe a little bit of help needed on the left tackle. We'll see who steps up into that position.
They had Matt Raimondo playing there a little bit at the beginning of the spring. He's the former Mayfield graduate, went to Michigan State, really a talented kid physically, but playing that left tackle spot, you have to be a super athlete with terrific feet. It's not exactly an easy transition. Matt played defense last year, so Brook obviously brings up a great point. And he brought up the quarterback spot. They have Tyler Rogers here, a junior college player. He's getting a lot of the snaps. They have 5 freshmen coming in coming in for fall ball. So certainly we would imagine some are also going to compete for some playing time. But back to the O-line, Valerian Ume-Izioke, he's a center, real experienced kid coming back at that spot. Andy Cunningham is a tough Texan. He'll be back at either guard or tackle, and their 2 returning guards are back as well. So good things are coming, at least in that spot. Again, there are some question marks throughout the team. Let's move on to District 358 baseball and softball. Baseball is wide open. Mayfield just beat Cruces 4-3 in a pitcher's duel.
Yeah, it sure is. You have Cruces down a little bit, but they're only a couple games back, to be honest with you. Oñate, Alamogordo, Mayfield, all right there within a game or so of each other. So this will be a fun stretch of drive.
I think so. Mayfield's 3-1. Brook mentioned Cruces. They're 0-3. Oñate's 2-2. Alamogordo's 2-1. I believe Gadsden's a game under 500. They might be 500, but they're in the mix as well. So it's anyone's game. On the softball front, Oñate's playing very well.
Yeah, the Knights, and which is good for the Knights. They've sort of struggled athletically this year, coming off.
That's a good point.
As a son who goes, I have a son who goes to Oñate, so I feel good that they have a team that's kicking butt out there right now.
Well, of course,
the softball team.
Yeah, no question. They're 17-1. That's a very impressive record. They're 4-0 in District 358. Cruces defending state champion. They're 3-0. Those two teams are on a real collision course, and both are in action tonight. It's Thursday. Oñate is going to, let me get this right, Oñate's going to Gadsden, Cruces is going to Alamo. So we'll see if they can keep it rolling. Aggie softball, last home series of the year this weekend. That's a scheduling oddity.
Yeah, it seems weird. We haven't even got to Easter yet, and they're going to have their senior weekend already. So that seems kind of strange. So they're going to have to be the Road Warriors. They're doing well, first place in the conference right now. They have a couple conference games, a couple out of conference series coming on, and then hopefully they'll get ready for the Big East, Big East, the WAC tournament.
I think they're playing the Big 12, actually.
That's right,
they host Bakersfield this weekend. They go to Grand Canyon. They also go to Seattle. WAC tournament is in Seattle, but also during regular season play, they have a 2-game series in Arizona. They're very familiar with UNA. They play U of A. They basically play them every year. They also still go to UNM. So they are Road Warriors. They've only had 3 or 4 home series this year, maybe 5. 4 or 5 home series this year, but that's not a lot. And
it's a shame they got such a nice ballpark here.
Yeah, next year will be a little bit different because more WAC teams come here. They only play 5 WAC series because there's 6 WAC teams. Aggie baseball, their conference series was canceled at North Dakota. Whenever you hear about snow in another place, it makes you feel blessed to live here, does it not?
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah, up there, in the Dakotas, the weather still streaks across there. The wind howls, and
it just sounds hard.
Right now, it's going to be tough for them to play college baseball. So we'll see if they can sneak in an extra game or something to sort of pad their schedule a little bit. But this is a team that needs some W's.
Former Aggie broadcaster Kyle Doporowski is now an assistant athletics director at North Dakota. He's breaking out his winter jacket still. Unbelievable. But in any event, they will not play this weekend. They will be back in action next weekend when they host Seattle. They are hoping to possibly pick up a couple early week games this week. Head coach Rocky Ward said the chances of getting a Division I opponent here are highly unlikely if they can get an opponent at all. Thanks for checking us out as always. At Teddy Feinberg on Twitter, at B Stockburger on Twitter, our Sun News Sports Facebook page, lcsun-news.com. Check out my blog too, the Cruces Sports blog. It's great.
Very well done.
Thank you. Have a great day.